All right, guys, so I'm going to show you today how to use Cami to annotate like a graphic organizer or maybe even a data table in the future, but today it'll be a graphic organizer. So for activity 122 in HBS, you need to label all of the bones. And so in the activity, it tells you that you need a copy of the skeletal view organizer. You click on it and it downloads as a PDF. So the next thing that you want to do is download it to your computer. And you can see this has a 1 after it because I was practicing and already put a skeletal view organizer, but this is the one we're going to edit, skeletal view organizer 1. I'm going to save it to my computer in downloads. And then the next step is to go to the Cami app. You'll see this page, and if you haven't used Cami before, you'll need to create an account. I can post a video that shows you how to do that, but it's pretty simple. I think you should be able to just sign in with your Google Drive also. So mine's already linked to my school Google Drive, so this is the first page that comes up. And because I have this saved to my computer, I'm going to click Open from Computer, but if you had a file saved in Google Drive that you wanted to annotate, you could just click it that way too, or start something brand new if you wanted to like draw. So I'm going to Open from Computer, click on the Skeletal View Organizer 1, and it tells me, oh, you've already had new copies, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, I know because I practiced. So then it's going to upload this for me, and it says uploading to Drive. And that's meaning that it's literally synced with my Google Drive, which is really, really nice. That's the neat part about this. It automatically backs up. So the first thing I want to do is label this graphic organizer, and there's a text box place. So I'm going to call this the Skeletal System Graphic Organizer, and I'm going to put my name, Chelsea Hayes. And then the next thing that you're supposed to do is to label all of the different bones. So you can see there are lots of different ways to annotate. If you had like a bunch of words and you wanted to highlight that, you could use this markup tool. There are comments that you can do, text box like I did up here. But maybe for this one, what I would do at least is go to this drawing section, and you can see that there are a bunch of different thicknesses you can use and transparencies you can use and colors. But let's say that the first bone that I want to highlight is the humerus, and I don't want it to be a solid line for whatever reason. So this bone right here is the humerus. What I'm going to do is draw a line on top of it and then make a smaller line coming out of it, which you can't even see, so maybe I'll make that in black, or maybe even just thicker. That'll probably fix it. Okay, well, anyway, you get the idea. And then I'm going to put a text box right next to it and use black text and call that the humerus. You should be able to click and drag this too, so hopefully your lines are better than mine, but then you have it labeled as the humerus. I could also label it in purple so that it matches that color, whatever you want. So let's say that I've gone through and I've labeled all of the bones, which, by the way, this graphic organizer does have a backside. I want to make sure that it's saved. And you can see that it says there are all of these unsaved changes that I haven't made yet. So I want to click Save Now with the little cloud icon. And it's going to save it to Google Drive for me. I'll show you how to access that in a minute. But what I think might be even easier is once you have all of your annotations and doodles done on this, you can just click this download button. Download with annotations, and if you only annotated the first couple pages, you could click this. So I will, since I only scribbled on the first page. Click Begin Export. Takes a minute to think about it. It'll download to your computer. You can open it, and now you have a PDF with your doodles on it. So that's wonderful. And you might say, okay, Mrs. Hayes, but how do I access it if I'm in Google Drive? So I'm going to go to my Google Drive, which for some reason always defaults to this specific folder. But when you go to your drive, you'll see that there are two folders, Cami and Cami Uploads. Yours will probably just be Cami Uploads because that's stuff that I uploaded directly from my computer. So I'm going to click on it, and I see that this is the Skeletal View Organizer 1, which that's the one that we were looking at. So I'm going to open it, and it might take a minute, but you should see the annotations there as well in your Google Drive. So you have it backed up. Then you could, of course, download it or just post this link in the assignment box in Canvas. So hopefully that helps.